digital cameras are amazing, but there are so many accessories. If you're just starting out, you might be thinking, do I need all of this stuff? I just spent a lot of money on this thing and now you're telling me I gotta buy more stuff? Well, in this video, I'm gonna talk about 5 things that you must have if you have a GoPro. Then I'm gonna talk about things that are nice to have, and then I'm gonna talk about 5 things I bought that I've never used. First, I'm going to talk about the things I've never used. The first thing I bought and never used, the chest mount. Ladies, you know why. In fact, I bought one many years ago when I first got the GoPro Hero 3, and now I have no idea where it is. The second thing I've bought and never used is this little head mount. Just doesn't feel right. In fact, when I got the head mount, I bought 2 because I thought that myself and the friend that I was traveling with was gonna wear one as well. But after I put one on, I couldn't possibly bring myself to tell them to put this on. As you can see, this one is still wrapped like it was when it came out of the package. Actually, the only reason that this is unraveled and that I still have it is if you remove just this plastic piece right here, it works pretty well as a bite piece. You know what I mean? Mount the GoPro on this, take this end and hold it. And in some cases, this works out pretty well when you're trying to film what you're actually seeing. The third thing I bought and never used, well, I'm lying. I used it once. The remote. The only good thing about this is that you can connect several GoPros to it, and when you press record, they all start recording at the same time. But I've been burned. I hit record, and only 2 out of the 3 GoPros started recording. So as a result, I'd rather hit record on each GoPro and sync it up later on. Not to mention the battery life on this is terrible. And secondly, the newer GoPros now have voice control. The next thing I bought and never used. If you own a GoPro Hero 3 or 4, you probably have a bunch of these laying around. Now I think those cameras are still pretty good today, so I use them quite often, but who needs all these extra cases? Honestly, the only reason I keep these around is because sometimes this little white gasket here wears out on the case if you use it after a while, and I keep these around so that I can replace them and make sure my GoPro doesn't drown. And the last thing I bought and never used are those plastic tripod adapter mounts. This isn't it. In fact, I hate those plastic mounts so much I don't even carry them around with me anymore. Do yourself a favor. Buy yourself the aluminum ones for peace of mind. Now on to the things that you must have. Number 1, extra batteries. Now to avoid confusion, my batteries are labeled and numbered. As you can see here, I have battery number 1, 3, and 4. So currently in my GoPro right now is battery number 2. I use my batteries in order, therefore I know that these are charged and this one isn't. I have extra batteries for the Hero 3 and 4. If you have the 3 and the 4, you also know that they had backpacks. And so I also have the battery backpacks. 4 of them. Again, they are numbered. They look like this and connect onto the GoPros like so. The last thing you need is to be out there and filming something and trying to catch something in the moment and boom, GoPro dead. The second thing you need when you get a GoPro are SD cards. I got this fancy little holder, it's fairly inexpensive. These things are pretty small. This helps me to not lose them. Whatever SD card you get, make sure that it has at least the U3 symbol right there. Even better, make sure it's got this V30 symbol. Now, what is the meaning of this? The U3 and the V30 are symbols that show you how fast data can be written on the card and be read off of the card. I'll talk about this in a different video. The third must-have item, a handle. This is an older version made by GoPro. They've since updated the look, but the concept is the same. You have here the GoPro mount, a little foam handle. The foam handle comes in pretty handy when it's cold or if you're in the water. Ever hold on to metal when it's cold? Brr. And if you hold on to it long enough, ouch. Ever hold on to something that was slick in the water? Good luck. The bottom is also orange. That indicates that this floats in the water. So if you were to not have this handy strap around your wrist and drop your GoPro in the water, this would turn upside down and bob in the water. Orange part to let you know where it is. If you don't want to get that one, I also highly suggest the Manfrotto Mini Pixie Tabletop Tripod. With the legs closed like this, makes it pretty easy to hold a GoPro. Of course, pair it with that aluminum tripod mount I was talking about. And in a pinch, now you've got a handy tripod that allows you to move the head in any direction you need. Number 4, a monopod or selfie stick. I highly suggest the Bushman monopod. And I have a review of this monopod in a previous video. This will help you get that picture from a perspective that's further away. As you can see, there's only so much that I can film with this little stubby handle right here. With this handle, I can probably just catch myself and maybe one other person in the picture. However, if you want to include everybody in your group, selfie stick is a must. I absolutely love this monopod, so if you want to know more about it, check out my previous video. And for me personally, must have number 5. We all know the audio on a GoPro, pretty bad. I mean, the newer versions are a little bit better, but still, nothing replaces the sound you'll get out of an external microphone. I know a lot of people out there are so deeply into Rode microphones, but I tell you, my small shotgun microphone of choice is this Movo VXR10. Looks just like the Rode microphone, and actually I think this one sounds better. Obviously though, none of these GoPros come with a microphone jack, so you'll have to get an adapter. Now with the GoPro Heroes 3 and 4, it's pretty easy. You can buy third-party adapters like this one, made by Movo. So plug into your GoPro, and then plug into your microphone. That is not the case with the GoPro's Hero 5, 6, and 7. GoPro has forced us to spend $50 on this, the most inconvenient microphone adapter on the planet. It also comes with a USB charging port. How inconvenient is this? GoPro, why'd you do this to us? So if you're the vlogging type, or you just plain old want better sound with your GoPro, you're gonna be forced to deal with something that looks like this. That's my GoPro mounted on the Mini Pixie Tabletop Tripod using the Smatry aluminum tripod mount. This little adapter made by Ulanzi, a small rig ball head, and of course the Movo VXR10. And just like I said before, if you get to a table and need to set it down, it's already on a tripod. Now on to 5 nice to have things. And the first one, the Rogetti Slopes Elite and the Rogetti Slopes Black. These are mounts that allow you to just slip your GoPro in and put them down on the ground or on a table or up high somewhere and get different angles. with the GoPro, with the added bonus that these are made in such a way that you don't see them in the video, even though GoPro has a really wide field of view. The Slopes Elite only works with the GoPro Hero 5, 6, and 7. If you want one for the GoPro Heroes 3 and 4, it's called the Slopes Red, but I don't have that one. The Slopes Black, however, works with the Heroes 3 through 7 as long as they're in their case. Another nice thing to have if you're into time lapses with motion, they do make some fairly expensive rotators for the GoPro, but I'm all about finding things that are budget friendly. So here is a normal kitchen egg timer that will make a whole 360-degree turn in 1 hour. Yep, this is an 1 hour kitchen timer. And all I did was stick one of those sticky GoPro mounts on the top of it, and there you go, a budget-friendly rotator just for your GoPro. The third nice-to-have thing that I have for my GoPro is this. It's a magnet with a GoPro mount on the top. Find anything metal and stick this to it, and you have the perfect place to mount your GoPro. I love using this on my car. This magnet is strong enough to hold the GoPro on, and I have never lost the GoPro mounting it to my car this way. I know there's lots of suction cups out there, and I've seen plenty of people mount their GoPros on their car using a suction cup. Somehow I feel more secure using this. The number 4 nice to have thing for a GoPro is a Gorilla Pod. Sometimes you just want to hang your GoPro in some really awkward places, and there's just no easy way to mount it using a tripod or a magnet or all those different arm joints that came with the GoPro. Sometimes it's easier just to wrap this around something or even use its flexible legs to put it in all sorts of different positions. This one is the Mini, this one is the 3K. This is a little overkill for a GoPro. This will hold your GoPro perfectly fine. But this, I'd say you just use it if you need that extra height compared to this. And I just want to throw an honorable mention out there for the handle made specifically for the GoPro Fusion. It's basically a larger size shorty. This also opens up into a tripod, and you can also get some extra height with it. Not to mention, it's a pretty handy selfie stick. Last but not least, the number 5 nice to have thing for your GoPro is a gimbal. Now we all know the GoPro Hero 7 has amazing stabilization in it. Not so much with the 3 and the 4. Actually, the 3 and the 4 don't have stabilization at all. And the only way to fix that is to put it on a gimbal. And no one's gonna wanna watch your video if it's shaky like this. This one's pretty old, and when I bought it at the time, it was about $250. This one's made by Tech, and it's the G4S, but you can find some pretty decent gimbals out there now for about $100. And this one is specific to the GoPro Hero 3 and 4 because it has the USB adapter in the gimbal right there. This also gives you the ability to charge your GoPro while you're using it. Well, there you go. Those are my personal top 5s. As you can see, over time I have amassed a lot of GoPro equipment, but I thought I would throw this video together just to tell you about the things that you really need and the things that you don't really need. Well, anyway, I hope you found this helpful. Links in the description for all of the stuff that I've shown you today. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments. And as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.